Hello everyone, this is part 33 of What If Naruto Figured It All Out, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. The wind started blowing over the hidden moon's beach. Most of the village's inhabitants were watching two senin that were gazing each other, getting ready for a fight with high gambles. Yondaime Hokage was looking to his sensei at the beach. Don't lose, sensei. Nijuachadaime Tsukikage was also there, looking to his sister. Defeat him, cute older sister. The old Tsukikage was looking to them. Well, he said, why are we holding back? You can go. Jiraiya smiled and took a deep breath. Kaiten. Mountains frog fire. He said and spit lots of fire at Isuki. She smiled back. Suten. Ornulu's claw of water. Water from the ocean rose and stopped Jiraiya's fire. The senin was caught by surprise. Water manipulation. I thought, all those lightning punches, he said and started making some hand seals. I wanna see you K the frog so it can turn into you charming prince. Jiraiya screamed. Isuki continued looking at him. Kuchio's no jutsu. Jiraiya summoned a frog 2 times bigger than him. Sure, your summoning is as ugly as you, she said. Both Jiraiya and the frog sent her a bad look, very frustrated. Well, mine comes on packs of dozen. After all, it's cheaper when you buy a higher number. Suren bit her thumbnail and whistle. 12 white wolves appeared, all dressing snow clothes and glasses. I introduce you to the Ornulu's wolves pack. Jiraiya looked to them. Wolvies. Mirai smiled, waving to them. Akatsuki smiled. Minato looked worried to Jiraiya. Sure they are many, Jiraiya said and lowered his head near his frog's ear. If I win this battle, that woman over there is going to be my wife. I promise you that if you aid me well, I'll give you a photo of her, N. The frog smiled pervertly. So, I guess you want me to K the wolves. That's chicken soup. The frog said and jumped high, ready to fall above Suren. Suren-sama. One of the wolves said. She smiled. Scatter, she said. The wolves ran in different directions. The frog fell right in front of Suren. Jiraiya jumped and looked to her. Fight the wolves, I'll deal with the Norso Kami, he said. His frog turned to the wolves and started throwing oil at them. The wolves dodged and jumped at the frog, which also jumped very high, making the Ornulus fall. Jiraiya smiled to Suren. Your puppies won't last long. She remained still. Now, us. Jiraiya started trying to punch Suren, but she moved incredibly fast. He speeded up his moves, trying to catch her. Suren moved her arm and tried to punch Jiraiya, but failed. He smiled, but when her arm passed by his ear, he heard a buzz. So, she is trying to hit me with lightning chakra. I've already got it by those many times before. I don't want to feel that pain again. Jiraiya thought. They continued trying to hit each other, but they were both very fast, so it was hard. Minato and Doryokugan were shivering with excitement. Jiraiya and Suren fought for a very long time. They were both panting, looking at each other. You ugly Isuki said, holding her belly with her hand. Jiraiya looked to her. I only punched her once, how can she be so damaged? He whispered. I'm sure I haven't hit her with all that strength, could it be? Jiraiya looked better at her. Sure, her young peach skin is pretty, too much pretty for someone who is as old as me. I see. Jiraiya pointed at her, screaming so she could hear. Stop taking me lightly, he screamed. Everybody watching looked at him. What? She asked, paining. You're using your chakra to preserve your cells so you can age slower. He realized. Suren's eyes opened wide. You have trained to increase your speed so you could avoid being hit. Once your cells renewal slower, they become very weak and every hit you got causes you high damage. Suren sent him an angry look. Use your chakra to fight me. You arrogant bee. She took her arm out of her belly. It's true, she said. This jutsu, it's called Freya's skin. I can age slower and live longer thanks to it. Jiraiya continued looking at her. Freya's skin, why does she want to live longer? Minato asked. Because she wants to achieve her dream. Doryokugan answered. Sister wants to. The Tsukikage looked to her. But, if you want a real fight, then, I'll show I can put an end to this right now. She said and started making some hand seals. The moon ninjas recognized the sequence. Ah, that's, Frigg said. Minato looked at her and then back to Jiraiya. Defeat her, sensei. Quickly, he whispered. It's near its end, Akatsuki whispered. I'm going to show you, what we, Valkyrie, are really good at. Surin said and started running to Jiraiya. She's mad, he said. Her speed is lower than before. Well, one more hit and she is done. Jiraiya got ready to hit her, but her wolves surrounded him. What? Surin was about to jump at Jiraiya, but he dodged. She smiled and appeared right in front of him, putting her hands inside of his yukata, hugging the hermit. How have you seen me escaping? She smiled, placing her face near his. My wolves, they also have Rinnegan. She said. Jiraiya's eyes opened wide. They see what I see and their eyes are mine too. He looked at her. Now, lose. Surin K him, hugging him tightly. Valkyrian K, no way. Frigg said. Minato looked at her again. Valkyrian K. What's that? He asked. She closed her eyes. It's a technique that allows a person to confuse its foe's nervous system and make it unable to answer correctly to the foe's orders. It's made by electric impulses. She is touching him with her arms to have more contact with Jiraiya's body, so the jutsu could spread faster and she is K him for that too. The mouth is very sensitive to impulses and very close to the brain. Jiraiya-san is in big trouble. Minato's eyes opened wide and looked to his sensei. No way. Jiraiya-sensei wouldn't lose like that. Minato appeared to be very angry. Doryokugan, on the other hand, was delighted with the situation. Good way to go, sis. He said. Nay, Daddy, has Aunt Surin win? Mirai asked. He looked at her. It would be hard for her to lose after this one. Doryokugan explained and looked at Minato. Moon wins. Surin continued hugging Jiraiya and K him. The man was feeling awful. He was sweating, but he was shivering with cold. He couldn't control his body properly. This sure is paining, I'm going to fall. Jiraiya thought, but he heard Minato screamed, cheering him. No, I can't lose, Minato is counting on me, I must. Jiraiya grabbed Isuki. Her eyes opened wide and she started trembled. Oh no, Doryokugan said. Surin started feeling the effects of her own technique. There was some small lightning and the two fell on the ground, unconscious. Surin. Jiraiya-sensei. Minato screamed. The two cages ran to them. Minato grabbed his sensei, which was drooling and couldn't even open his eyes properly. Sensei, are you alright? Me. Jiraiya was drooling so much and his tongue was so numb he couldn't speak. Don't worry, I'm taking you to the hospital right now. Minato put Jiraiya on his back. Sister, wake up. Oi. Doryokugan tried to wake her up, but she was also drooling a lot and had a cold sweat covering her body. I told you using Freya's skin for so long was prejudicial. Come. He made the same as Minato and they ended up on the hospital. After the medical corps examined the two senin, they went near Minato and Doryokugan, who were terribly worried. And so, how's sensei? Minato asked. Well, the blonde man doctor started, looking at his papers. Jiraiya-san is fine. Minato sighed of relief. He is resting. He is also awake, you can go and speak with him. Thank you a lot, Minato said and entered the room. Doryokugan looked at the doctor. Tsukikage-sama, your sister is also okay, but, once she ordered us, the medical team, to never cancel her Freya's skin even if she was near death, she will take one more day to wake up. Sorry, the doctor explained. Her jutsu makes her body very weak. I know. I've already alerted her many times before. But everybody knows her. Her head is as tough as Thor's hammer itself. Thank you. Akatsuki entered the room. Jiraiya was on one bed and Surin on the one next to his. You always end up bad because of women, Jiraiya-sensei. Minato said. Jiraiya smiled. Don't be so mean. Jiraiya said and looked at Surin, who was sleeping peacefully. Minato noticed how he blushed while looking at the Norse ninja. Will Aunt be okay? Mirai asked, seeing Surin sleeping. Doryokugan caressed her head. Tomorrow she will wake up and yield at everyone. Fear not, the Tsukikage said. Daddy has to work a little. Will you stay with mommy? Mirai smiled and went back home with her father. Minato watched them and then looked to his sensei. Sorry, I couldn't defeat her. Jiraiya said. Minato startled. Looks like you tied, sensei. Minato calmed him down. She is as good as you. Once her skin is so weak, she received the same damage I had when I touched her. Jiraiya explained. That's a very powerful technique, she's really a Valkyrie. Falling in love, sensei? Minato asked, with a tricky tone. Jiraiya blushed a lot and smiled. I passed so many days trying to take her to me that I only realized I fell in love while I was fighting her. Jiraiya confessed. I no longer care if I get laid with her or not, I just want to have a woman with her personality by my side, even if it is just as a friend. Surin is, Jiraiya looked at her, who continued sleeping. Minato smiled. A real gift from the gods. You really love her. Minato pointed his finger at him. You were so melted while speaking about her. He. Jiraiya smiled again. You have a long way to go to get her, but that's how it is. Well, I'm going back home. Minato said bye to his sensei and left. Jiraiya looked back at Surin, loving it. In the Tsukikage's house, Minato was with Frigg on their bedroom. They were on the bed, caressing each other. You know, Minato started, putting his hand on her face. She looked at him. Despite all things, I like being in here. Frigg found it strange. Why? She asked. Minato smiled, moving his hands, putting them under Frigg's chemise, making her blush. I can spend the entire day with you. He said, her. She smiled. Sure, the village, for me, can be called honeymoon. They each other again. The Hokage had the other hand on Frigg's belly. Nay, Minato, we need to choose a name for the baby. Frigg remembered. He looked to her. What name should be? I love Balder. Minato made a weird face. What? No Norse names, please. He said. If it is a girl, I want it to be Kageru. Frigg smiled. And if it is going to be a boy? She asked. Minato looked up, searching for the answer. I don't know, no cool name comes to my mind. He said. They stared again and once more. There was a knock on the door. Minato and Frigg looked at it, without stop. There was another knock. Who could it be? Minato got up, tying his trousers and putting his clothes on place. Frigg also tied up her chemise. Yes? Minato asked, while opening the door. Mirai. The little girl entered, with her soft toy on her hands. Sorry, can I stay here for a little? She asked, much blushed. Frigg smiled and picked her. Of course. Frigg said, caressing her hair. Mirai smiled. Weren't you with your mother? Minato asked, closing the door and sitting on the bed, next to the girls. Mirai looked at him. Mommy went to see Daddy and said for me to stay on the sofa, but I didn't want to stay alone. Mirai said. Jiraiya-san usually plays with me, but he is on the hospital. Minato looked at her. Mirai, I have a question to make, he said. The girl looked at him. Does your mother sleep with your father? Mirai smiled. No. Daddy always slept with me. Mommy sleeps on another bedroom. Mirai explained. Frigg looked at Minato. He also stared her. I wanna play. Sure. Wanna be the princess? Frigg asked. Mirai smiled while her mother caressed her hair. No. I wanna be the warrior princess. Mirai said. They looked surprised at her. I wanna be the one to save the city, like Daddy. Then, I'll find my prince and become queen. Fighting is not for girls. Frigg said. Mirai looked at her. I know, Mom keeps telling me that. She said. Frigg became sad for hearing Mirai calling for another mother that's not her. I also don't like to fight, but I want to be like Daddy and like Uncle Flash too. Minato blushed. Like me. Minato pointed to himself. I wanna be a queen. Mirai said, hugging her wolf toy. The couple played with Mirai for a long time. On the Tsukikage's office, Doryokugan was dealing with paperwork, when someone knocked on the door. Come in, he said. The door opened, it was Fuller. She was much blushed. What? Is Mirai all right? Yes, she answered and went near Akatsuki. He looked to her. I need to speak with you, Dario. He looked back at his papers, asking her to continue. Now that, you, Dario, he noticed her hesitation and stared at her. She was really blushed and had tears on the corner of her eyes. The man tried to understand what was going on with her. Please, she put her hands on his face. He blushed. During all these years with you, I started to love you, Doryokugan's eyes opened wide. Fuller's eyes began to tear. Please, I love you, please, have me. She asked. He looked down. Why? Why don't you love me? Even after all these years, you continue to love Frigg. Why? Sorry, Fuller, he said, pushing her aside slowly. But you are the only woman I would never love. She was moved into tears. You're just like Frigg. Even if I accepted it, I would see you as Frigg. I couldn't do it with you. I respect you a lot for all the things you have done for me, but no. Sorry. He turned back into his papers. She looked down, crying a lot. I really understand Frigg-chan, loving someone who we shouldn't, sure it pains. Fuller said, completely raised. She left slowly. Sorry to annoy you on your work. Fuller closed the door. Akatsuki looked to the door. Sorry, but it's still love Frigg. He whispered. I love her with all my heart, so, there is no place for another. Next day, Surin opened her eyes, noticing she was on the hospital. She sat on the bed. Good afternoon, Jiraiya said. Surin looked aside, seeing him. She groaned. What are you doing here? Have you come to laugh on me? Go ahead, laugh and then leave, she said. She noticed her clothes. What? She was wearing a lace-trimmed nightdress. Why am I dressing this? Jiraiya smiled. Your t-shirt was all torn up, so Fullerheim lent one of her nightdresses for you to dress. It was really hard, none could fit on your b. Jiraiya explained. Surin sent him a bad look. I'll punch her later, she said and was about to get up, but her body pained. You still injured. Rest I don't need you to tell me what to do. She screamed. Jiraiya stared at her. Go away. I won't, Jiraiya said. She sent him a bad look. I want to speak with you. What? If I remember we fell both on the ground. So, it was a tie. No getting laid, she said and got up. Now, if you excuse me, if you don't want to leave, then I will. Surin left. Jiraiya went after her. Already outside, she noticed she was being followed and looked back, sending Jiraiya a bad look. I'm missing my soap opera. Stop annoying me. We have already fought. I'm not going to sleep with you. I just want to talk, nothing more. Jiraiya said. Surin turned her back to him. Why? She asked. I want to know more, about the woman who equals me in strength and that is far superior than me in persistence. Jiraiya asked. Surin continued walking. I don't want to talk. Disappear, she said and went back home. Jiraiya followed her, determined to speak with her at any costs. At night, Minato, Frigg and Mirai were having dinner, when Doryokugan entered. He looked at him, seeing Frigg teaching Mirai how to eat with chopsticks and sat near his daughter. Daddy, I was playing with uncle and auntie. I was a warrior princess, she said. Akatsuki smiled to her. Really? Did you save your prince in trouble? He asked. Mirai smiled. Yes, Prince Flash was killed by the great monster Mr. Twinkles, but the warrior princess Mirai and her magic fairy godmother Kushina saved him. Mirai told. Doryokugan smiled and started eating. Daddy, did you know auntie has a baby on her belly? Akatsuki looked down. Minato noticed it, feeling his intent increasing. When I leaned my head on her belly, I could feel her baby. Did you felt me too, when I was inside mommy's belly? Frigg looked worried to Akatsuki, who was fitting the wall, very angry. Minato put his arm around Frigg's belly, fearing he could do something to hurt her. Yes, Daddy also felt you. He answered. Mirai smiled and looked to her soft toy. See, Mr. Twinkles, Daddy felt me. I'm so happy. Mirai hugged the soft toy and then her father. His intent disappeared. Babies are cute. Do you want to know how many babies you are going to have? Frigg asked. Mirai looked at her, smiling. Doryokugan blushed. Don't you think Mirai is a little young for that? He asked. Minato had the same opinion. Frigg got a pendulum and put it on Mirai's palm. I learned this with the woman from Konoha's flower shop. Frigg said and moved the pendulum to the center of Mirai's hands. It started spinning. See, Mirai-chan is going to have a girl. She did it again, but it didn't move. It appears you are going to have one kid. Do you really believe in everything people told you? Minato asked. You really haven't changed a bit. Doryokugan said. Frigg smiled. Minato and Doryokugan sent a bad look at each other. Mirai was looking to her hands. Try on daddy, Mirai asked. Ryokugen blushed a lot. I wanna have a sibling. Frigg smiled at her and grabbed the Tsukikage's hand. He blushed even more. Mirai smiled while seeing it. As expected, the first turned out to be a girl, now, the second. Oh, you're going to have a boy. Frigg was very surprised. Ryokugen looked to her and to his hand 3 times. Yeah, I'm going to have a brother. Mirai said, very happy. Baby brother. Baby brother. No way. Akatsuki turned his face aside, shining with the blush. I doubt it, Frigg laughed quietly. He looked at her. Mirai yawned. Are you sleepy? Do you wanna go to bed? Yes, Mirai said and cutely leaned her head on her father's lap. He smiled and held her on his arms. They left. I'm glad Dario is going to have more kids, Frigg said. Minato looked at her. I feel so guilty for everything I've been putting him through. The Hokage hugged her. Fear not, tomorrow is the peace treaty ceremony. After that, we can go back to our Konoha and have our baby in peace. Minato said, caressing her belly. I'm going to miss Mirai. Frigg said, don't worry. After our alliance is established, Konoha and the Hidden Moon will have their ninja exams together. Akatsuki will come to Konoha and he will bring Mirai. Minato explained. Frigg smiled and kissed him. In that moment, Fuller entered, crying. They noticed it. What's wrong? Frigg asked. Fuller looked at her. On the Hidden Moon's most famous tavern, Isuki was having her bear, while Jiraiya continued following her. She sent him a bad look. Oi, when are you going to end up with that? She asked. I may warn you, today is full moon, we wolves are very angry in these days. Jiraiya said nothing, just looking at her. You really are stupid. Surin drank a filled mug of mead at once. Go ahead. Ask just one thing, I'll answer. Why do you want to live longer? Jiraiya asked. Her eyes opened wide. The tavern was empty, everyone was having lunch at their homes, and even the tavern owner was eating on the kitchen. Isuki looked to her mug. You must have a reason. Tell me, please. She closed her eyes. My dream, ever since I was a little girl, was to become Tsukikage. She confessed. Jiraiya's eyes opened wide. But, thanks to the rule that says skulls choose the Tsukikages. I could never be one, I'm damned to be a Valkyrie. All because I'm a woman. I hate it, I hate not being recognized just because I'm a woman. I was far stronger than those stupid twins' father, although, I was not acknowledged as Tsukikage. Surin was really pissed off. Jiraiya noticed her anger on her eyes. All treating me inferiorly, all thinking I'm just a woman as forward, my only function is to get laid and give birth to more barbarians like some of them. Surin bounded her hands strongly. I hate them. Every single man you tried to get laid with me. I hate them. She said. Jiraiya looked down and then back at her. Thinking that, some disgusting man would get above me, drooling on my body, thinking of me like some kind of possession. I hate it, Isuki lowered her head. Her hair covered the face. Jiraiya continued looking at her. My cute little brother, he acknowledged me, he defied me to prove himself he was strong, me, not the Tsukikage or any other fool, it was me, he recognized me as the strongest. Cute little brother and his stupid friend, Jiraiya noticed she was crying. That stupid prince who said me I was the only one who could heal him, because I was the strongest medical ninja and the one he admired the most, Surin put her hands on her arms. Jiraiya noticed she was suffering. But I let him I was so worried with becoming Tsukikage and performing Freya's skin that I was unconscious for a long time, he was needing me, he needed me to survive. The Leaf Ninja understood she felt very guilty with that. I let him Gabriel, if you lived a little longer, I've already found out the cure for your disease. She cleaned her tears and grabbed another mug of mead. I've answered. You can leave. Jiraiya looked aside, also grabbing a mug of mead. I hope that someday, you can change your opinion. Jiraiya said. She ignored him. You have fought with me, I also acknowledge you're strong. You just said that because you heard my story and because you want to get laid with me. F off. She said. Jiraiya stared her in the eyes. No, I'm saying this because I love you. He confessed. She laughed out loud. Congratulations, you were the first who went that far to get laid with me. Love me. That's so funny. Surin mocked. Jiraiya continued staring at her, with a serious look. You really are persistent, wart man. She continued laughing, but quietly. Jiraiya got up and put himself behind her. He lowered his head, putting his lips near her ear. I really love you, he whispered. Isuki rolled her eyes. I admire you, for you are seeking for a dream you know it is impossible, although, you still fight for it. That's women's real strength. Suren found herself blushing. They never stop believing, just like it happens, in those soap operas of yours. She looked back, staring Jiraiya in the eyes. Her breathe speed increased. Jiraiya kindly smiled. I will only think of you as a woman that's only good for have kids in the day you stop believing you can become Tsukikage. The woman's heart started beating faster. Until then, I will always admire the crazy bee you are. Jiraiya got closer to her, putting his arms around the Valkyrie. Go away, you lecher, she asked quietly. Jiraiya got even closer, holding her tightly. Let me go, tears fell from her eyes. The Konoha's Sennin lips were touching hers. Stop it, they K. Jiraiya held her tightly as if he feared she could fall. He could feel Sjöven's heart beating very fast. Despite they were K, both continued looking at each other's eyes. After a while, Jiraiya left K her, caressing her face. She looked down, very confused. She pushed Jiraiya aside. I hate you, she screamed, much blushed and then ran away. Wait. Jiraiya ran after her. On the Tsukikage's house, Doryokugen was dealing with some paperwork for the peace treaty ceremony. Minato entered on the office. He looked at the Tsukikage. What? Akatsuki asked. Minato looked at him. Have you finished your paperwork and came here to deliver it? Leave it there, I'm busy. Yellow Flash let the papers on the desk. I was glad to know that you were going to have another kid. Minato said. Doryokugen looked at him. It means you are going to have a new family. I don't need a new family. I have Mirai and my sister and I would have a. Akatsuki decided not to finish the sentence, but Minato realized he was talking about Frigg. I don't want to chat. But I do. Minato said, sending him a bad look, which was answered. We need to stop this. Tomorrow is the ceremony, your people will not believe in this alliance if you feel that huge K intent towards me. Oh yeah. And what will they believe if they sense your K intent towards me, Flash? My people are loyal. The moment they notice any hostility coming from your person, you will be dead. So, you are the one who needs to look over him. You're in my lands, remember that. We, Norse people, are very hostile. Are you telling me to enter in the ceremony with my tail between my legs? Sorry, I won't do that. Minato assured. Doryokugen stared him. I'm Yondaime Hokage. I will never do that. If one comes for my life, I will K high. If a dozen comes for my life, I'll K them. Doryokugen groaned. If an army comes for my life, I'll K it. If a demon comes for me, I'll K him. Because I'm Yondaime Hokage. I'm the main log of Konoha and the one who sustains the leaves of the tree and those who are yet to be born. As forward, I will not for the sake of my village. Doryokugen his hands on the table. I couldn't care less about that. I'm the Tsukikage. I'm the one who inherited Kurogen's spirit. As forward I'm the one who shall guide my people. I don't care if a so what Yondaime Hokage comes here, if you try anything against my people, even if it is to defend yourself, I will K you. I'll allow not even a friend of mine to menace my village. Doryokugen screamed. Minato stared him. My intentions are not to start a war with a friend of mine, but to establish an alliance. You are the one who is misunderstanding things. Minato said. Doryokugen sat again. I understand you, I would probably be confused too if a friend of mine. Minato looked at him. What? Say it for once. Say that Frigg is now with you and if the hidden moon finds out, some will see you as the new Tsukikage. Doryokugen screamed. Minato's eyes opened wide. Skulls fall in love with. Do you have any idea what having you with Frigg means for me as Tsukikage? Do you, Flash? Minato looked down. You took out my wife from me, you're conquering my daughter's love and yet, if someone finds out you're dating Frigg, I'll be, what's next, Minato? Are you going to tell me you're Kurogen's heir too and claim this village as yours? Answer me. Minato looked at him. I never meant to hurt you, never. Minato said. But I love Frigg. Doryokugen felt a dagger his heart. I couldn't bear the pain of living without her. But, you. Shut up. Doryokugen screamed. You've ruined my life. I hate you. You couldn't bear the pain, and I. Have you ever thought if I could bear it? Sure the Tsukikage was moved into tears. Every day since you have returned, I pained in solitude. All because you two, seeing you with her, it's far more than I can stand. I just came to talk with, but it appears, you have never become calm enough, Minato said. Please, let's talk, for the sake of our villages, we cannot. Is it for the sake of our villages, or is it for the sake of your peace of spirit? Akatsuki asked. I don't want to speak, Doryokugan left. Minato went after him. Mirai was on her bed when she heard someone running. The girl opened her eyes and saw her father entering in the room. Doryokugan tried to hide his face. Mirai looked to him. The man put his hands on the opened window and began to cry. Mirai continued looking to him. The Tsukikage hid his head under his arms and continued crying. Father, Mirai asked. Akatsuki continued crying. What's wrong? Why are you crying? It's nothing, sweetie, he said. Go to sleep, okay. You didn't come to bed with me. Mirai appeared to be a little sad. You always sleep with me, what's wrong? Doryokugan was feeling so bad, he didn't want to show it to his daughter. Father doesn't want to sleep. Sleep with Mr. Twinkles, the man said. Mirai looked to her toy and then to her father and was about to get up, but she heard someone opening the door. Minato opened the door, looking at Doryokugan. Mirai's father became quiet. Akatsuki, please let me explain, Yondaime said, trying to work together with the Tsukikage again. He looked angrily at the Hokage and turned quickly, throwing some kunais at Minato. This one used the door to block them. Don't be like that. If you just let me explain, Doryokugan heard from behind the door. What is it left to explain? He screamed. Minato's eyes opened wide. Tell me, Flash, is there any explanation for that? Don't be like that, please. I'm just trying to explain it to you. It was not. Minato was trying to talk, but Doryokugan didn't appear to be a good listener at the time. Go away. You've ruined my life, Akatsuki said. Flash didn't appear very happy. Go away. Listen to me. Flash screamed. Mirai cried. The two men looked to her. Akatsuki came near her and held her with his arms. Don't worry. Uncle is already leaving, Akatsuki said, sending an angry look to Flash. Mirai appeared to be scared. Akatsuki noticed and started caressing her. Don't be like that, father loves you. This annoying guy is about to go away. I'm not leaving until you hear what I have to tell you. Minato insisted. Aren't you going to leave me alone? Akatsuki screamed. I don't want to see your face again. Go away. Listen, Flash was about to talk, but Akatsuki put Mirai on the ground. I simply can't stand you anymore. Akatsuki jumped over the window. Yondaime looked to him jumping and then put his hands on it, trying to find where Akatsuki landed. Where did he go? Minato said. Mirai cried a little. Flash looked to her and smiled. Don't worry, father and uncle are just taking a men's talk. He will come back. But I don't want to be alone. Mirai cried. Minato caressed her head. You're a strong girl. I'm sure you'll be fine. Why don't you go sleep with Jiraiya? You always like to play with him. Yondaime said. I want dad, Flash felt sad. Your dad is not fine. I'll try to find it. Minato kissed Mirai's cheek and jumped too. Mirai was alone on that huge bedroom. The little girl was feeling so sad, lonely. Already on the beach, Minato looked to Doryokugan. The Tsukikage was shinned by the full moon. So, you really came after me? Akatsuki said. Minato stared at him with no words. Their intent increased a lot. Mirai ran to the window, looking at them. Doryokugan quickly made some hand seals. The sky got covered with clouds and it started raining. If you want to kill me to achieve your peace of spirit, then come, Yondaime Hokage. Doryokugan said, opening his arms as if he was welcoming Minato. Then, if you really want to kill me to have Frigg back, come, Nijuachadaime Tsukikage. Minato said, for I will never give her. They stared again. Not even to you. Father, Uncle Flash, Mirai whispered. Minato took out two of his special kunais and filled them with wind chakra. The Hokage's chakra took the shape of a sword. Minato moved them, getting ready to fight Akatsuki. Doryokugan took two moon-shaped shurikens and also filled them with fire chakra. The Tsukikage's chakra took the shape of blades as well. Minato knit his brows and jumped over Doryokugan, who defended his foe's attacks with his newly made sword, releasing metallic sounds with every move. They were continuously trying to hit each other with their chakra swords, nevertheless, with no result, they were both too good to lose. Minato threw one of his swords to the air and kneeled down to hit Akatsuki's legs, but he jumped and tried to kill his foe. The Hokage managed to escape by teleporting to the place where his other sword was flying, grabbing it. Ryokugan made some hand seals and breathed deeply. Kaiten. Bragi's flaming arrows no jutsu. He said and spitted out a lot of fire that took the shape of spears, which were shot right to the Hokage. Minato swirled around in the air, using his wind chakra to evade the attack, throwing the arrows away. Ryokugan noticed the Hokage's defense and made more hand seals, performing Tsubasa no Jutsu. Two beautiful black feathery wings appeared on his back. He flew up and also swirled up, making a fire tornado, causing Minato to fall over the water. If he keeps the higher ground with Tsubasa no Jutsu, I'll be an easy target. I need to fly too. Akatsuki dived and made more hand seals. Minato noticed the water becoming heavier and used his chakra to impulse him to the surface. Able to breathe again, he made hand seals, performing the same jutsu as his opponent. Two white and golden wings appeared on his back. They appeared to be like a dragon's on the bottom and like an angel's ones on the upper side. Ryokugan got out of the water and noticed his wings. What? He thought. Minato's wings look like the great King Kurogan's. Why? Why him? The Tsukikage got even angrier and prepared to use another water jutsu, but Minato noticed it and flew away into the woods. Hiding will not serve you, Yellow Flash. The younger man shouted and pursued the Hokage. The cages ended up on the glade of spirits and continued battling. Minato kicked Ryokugan on the face, making him fall into the ground. The Hokage flew up and crossed his arms in front of his C.S. Akatsuki. He screamed. The air around Minato started moving and took the shape of blades. Ryokugan heard the unusual noise of the wind and looked up, seeing Minato and his blades in the middle of the rain. Futen. God's punishment technique. The blades started falling. Ryokugan knew there was a need to be fast. Suten. Endured's divine intervention. He screamed, forcing the rainwater to create a shield to defend him, making the Hokage even angrier. You bastard! Minato flew right at him, but Ryokugan anticipated the move and kicked him on the sea, making Yondaime hit one of the statues. He fell on the ground, coughing out some B. Akatsuki rose his hands to make a flaming bow and arrow while Minato was getting up. S. Kaiten. Ul's spearing technique. The Tsukikage hit Minato on the leg, yet, the Hokage laughed and vanished. What? Ryokugan realized that Yellow Flash was behind him but he had no time to turn. Minato used his feet to make Ryokugan fall and then punched his face, but he suddenly realized he was kicking nothing but water. The Tsukikage had disappeared. Minato started looking everywhere for him and decided to fly above the glade, spotting Ryokugan about 10 meters away from him. The Tsukikage surfed through the air, forcing Minato to follow him, and then dived into the woods, see down the trees. The Yellow Flash used his chakra swords to see them too as he followed his opponent. The two were now flying above the garden of Freya. They were panting from using such strong techniques, plus Tsubasa no Jutsu and the chakra blades were making them give up lots of chakra. Their sweat was already mixed up with their B. Flash is pretty good. Akatsuki thought, looking at him. Even with my fire chakra I wasn't able to burn out the wind of his. He is also very fast and can think up on ways to hit me in the middle of a battle, but, Ryokugan hold on his shurikens tightly. I'll prove you, I'm the strongest one. Minato noticed he was ready to hit him, so he threw some of his kunais to the garden. Akatsuki deduced he was not going to use a jutsu for he wasn't making any seals, but he unknown one very important thing. He didn't know that Minato had developed a jutsu that needed no hand seals. The Tsukikage took out a deep breath, forging another attack. Rasengan. He heard, at the same time the Hokage hit him, right when he was going to perform his technique. Ryokugan screamed very loud, coughing lots of B. Minato smiled, but he noticed he couldn't make a move. What? That was very good, Yellow Flash. Ryokugan said with lots of pain and tiredness, the B coming out of his mouth slowly. Minato noticed that his voice came in duplicate. But you were too slow. The Hokage tried to move, but it was impossible. Spell. No. It's, he thought and he heard the answer from the Tsukikage's voice. My Loki's evil twins technique, you can only move if you have another one like you and use the chakra equally. Minato groaned. What? Angry. This technique was made up by my wife and her twin. The two Akatsuki moved their arms, raising their shuriken blades. Now, hurry up and do Ryokugen stroke, but there was already no Minato to suffer with the attack. What? Sorry, Akatsuki. Minato's voice resounded on the garden. But I can teleport without making any seal. Ryokugen looked down, seeing the Hokage's smile. Thanks for telling me that you need two of you. The Moon Ninja noticed there were two Minato. But it appears your technique requires a certain range. You should be worried. My wife could claim the author's rights. The Tsukikage wasn't in the mood to listen to those words. Minato made some hand seals. Kunai's Cage Bunshin no Jutsu. And his special kunais got their number multiplied by 30. With chakra control, he managed to turn all of them into Akatsuki's direction. Hurry up and Ryokugen saw a yellow flash and felt his body being punched everywhere it could be touched. Minato grabbed him by the T, while Akatsuki stared at him with his Rinnegan. That was my Hiraishin technique. Now, give me my piece of spirit. This could have work, but you don't want to listen. Do you also want to listen to me? Ryokugen asked with his voice sounding weak. Minato's knit his brows, gazing him seriously. It's always about how much you love Frigg and how much you didn't want to hurt me, but it never was about how much I loved her and how much I was paining. You always thought only in yourself and I also thought only on myself. They stared at each other for a while and the same thought run through their heads. When have I become this? Yeah, you're right. Humans are selfish. Minato said and made another Rasengan. The rain continued to fall. But we, cages, have to act above humans' behavior, more like a god's behavior. That's why, I'm going to KU. You distract me from my Hokage's duty, making me behaving like a human and acting selfishly. Ryokugen smiled. Being a cage is like being God, you look over the future of those you protect and you will love them even if they don't love you. You'll become selfless, and you'll care more about the welfare of the others than your own. Akatsuki said. Minato felt his chakra disappear. You human part of me. He screamed and grabbed Minato's arms. The Hokage felt his body going numb. This is the same technique Isuki performed against Jiraiya-sensei. Minato used his wind chakra and see down Akatsuki's wings. He screamed, while Yondaime hugged him and dived into the garden, trying to use the Moon Ninja as a shield to avoid hitting the stone statue in the middle of the garden. But, at that moment, when they were about to hit Rainfield's last resting place, there was a peaceful ray of light that surrounded the tomb and protected it. All the sound disappeared, there was only sorrow. Minato and Ryokugen opened their eyes wide. Tears fell from them and their hearts shrunk into sadness. The Hokage rolled over the water and stopped meters ahead from the grave, while Akatsuki fell near the tomb. Silence continued filling the place, as if all were deaf. The light continued protecting the tomb. Minato got up and noticed there was no sound. He looked at the tomb. He continued crying, it pained so much. The light faded slowly at the same time the sounds returned to the environment. What in God's name was that? Minato asked, cleaning the tears from his face. Right when we were going to hit that tomb, what images were those? That man crying. Minato grabbed his shirt in the place of the heart. It's still paining. From whom? From who is that tomb? Minato cleaned his tears again, getting up. He stared at Akatsuki, who was also crying. He got hit right away by that, he must be paining much more than I. Minato took out another of his kunais and added to it his chakra. He stepped forward. Ryokugen continued too shocked to move. Minato understood him. That pain was so great, don't worry, I'll KU. Yondaime noticed something. What? His heart started beating pretty fast and he shivered with fear. From who is that reflection? Who's that person? Is this place, on the water? There was Akatsuki's reflection, being hugged by someone with a long ginger hair and a white dress with golden strings. Section please, don't. Section the female angelic voice of the spirit said. Minato heard it, but decided to ignore, thinking it could be a technique from Akatsuki and moved his sword. Section no. Don't K. Rodolphe. Section. Rodolphe. Minato remembered the name. Kurogen's second child. Don't tell me. Minato stared at Akatsuki, getting angrier. Are you? No. Section awaken. Section the voice said. Ryokugen moved and put his hand on his head, a little. Minato was about to strike him, but his attack was avoided by the Tsukikage. What? Trying to K me in my sleep? In fact, you really are a human. Akatsuki said and took out a shuriken, while Minato was getting ready to attack him. I can see it, the sound of the rain continued filling the place. My rain, you're running out of chakra. Yeah, but I don't give up now, because gods are not allowed to give up, unlike humans. Yondaime said. The two jumped into each other and were now using only taijutsu, once they had no more chakra to perform nor illusions nor ninjutsu. Again they entered into the forest, destroying everything on their path. Section they will end up K each other, section the female voice said. The spirit of a woman with large ginger hair, ripple pattern eyes and a white dress was looking into the two cages. Section, are you okay with it? Section, she asked, looking at her side. Kurogen's spirit stared at her and then back to the battle. Section, true, if you didn't protect my grave, Rodolphe would already be dead, but, Goldrake may be unable to hear your voice, but he can hear mine. Is his pride that big that it closes his ears to your voice? Section. Section, I tried to speak with him for so many times, but I think I'm the one too scared to face, both my son and my Section, Kurogen said. The female spirit held the ancient Tsukikage's hand as he cried. Section, even after all this centuries, you continue to be a wuss, Kuro-chan. Section, she said, smiling. Her hands rose up and cleaned Kurogen's tears. Section, Rainfield, Section, Kurogen said. Section, you are beyond doubt, Rikadu's daughter. Nothing was able to make you two feel down. Section, Rainfield held him, while Minato and Doryokugen reached the beach, already on the other side of the island. They were panting and sweating even more. I don't, Minato though. Doryokugen looked to him. My stamina, it ran out. They decided to give the final strike and ran at each other, punching the other in the face. They were so weak and exhausted that ended up falling on the sand, with no strength left to get up. The cages looked into each other's eyes. They both laughed. Really, seems like we are gods with the same powers, Akatsuki. Minato said, with his hair and face filled with sand. So identical. You and me, yeah, we really are stupids, Doryokugen said. But I don't intend to take your place as Tsukikage. In my opinion, you're suitable for the place. Minato explained. Akatsuki stared him. Fuller loves you. The Tsukikage's eyes opened wide. Begin a new life with someone who really loves you and sir, you will have your beloved one back and my piece of spirit. Doryokugen looked down and then back at him. I guess, I can give it try, Akatsuki said. Minato smiled and then the two laughed again. Daddy, they heard. Mirai ran at Doryokugen. He was surprised for seeing her there. You have boo-boos, Daddy. Are you paining? Doryokugen smiled. No, not anymore, he said. Dario. Fuller kneeled down near him. Are you okay? She held him on her arms. He smiled at her. I was so worried. Minato. Frigg hugged her lover, crying a lot. I was so worried. She sniffed. When Mirai-chan told us you two were fighting each other, we got so worried we tried to find out where you were. She cried even more. Don't ever do that to me. Kushina, can't breath. Minato suffocated. She left him a little. You know I'm tough. The woman caressed his face, while the rain cleaned her tears. Minato and Doryokugen's eyes opened wide. There was a terrible chakra. Mommy. Mirai screamed. Fuller was caught by a black giant hand. A huge being with large red horns, very fat, whose wings resembled those of a bat and stench of a pig. His teeth were sharp and his red eyes shined like flames. That was a demon, Doryokugen exclaimed. He startled. It can't be, under a rainy night of summer. No way. Fuller was being held tightly by the demon. I find you, Skuld. The demon said. Fuller shivered with fear. The demon's voice was so scary. Minato and Doryokugen tried to move, but they were too tired to. The demon licked Fuller, making her almost vomit from the gross smell coming out of his mouth. King Susanoo has reborn. I'm going to bring before him his Skuld. The demon looked at Doryokugen and Mirai. I knew the Skuld was going to be protected by the Tsukikage. Stupid. No one can stand against our king's mighty powers. Skuld. Frigg whispered, much scared, holding Minato's clothes. He misunderstood Fuller with Frigg. Minato thought. The demon stepped forward. And, to please my king, I'll K all of you. The demon said, stepping forward. The group startled. Let's see, I'm going to start by the smallest one. Nay, little girl. Mirai started screamed, holding her father. Doryokugan had no chakra left. The demon's hand moved forward. Frigg ran and held Mirai. No, don't K her, Frigg said. There was a light. The group looked to the demon's hand and saw Fuller, with white angel's wings. Minato recognized them. That's Kijiru's technique, Minato exclaimed. It can't be, Kijiru taught her one of her sealing techniques. The demon looked at her. Trying something against me. Ah, human. I'm a high-class demon. All your effort will be futile. The demon said. Fuller smiled, making the demon angrier, binding her hardly. Fuller screamed. I'll not let you touch my daughter, or the man I love. Fuller said and looked at the demon's eyes. You'll s. The demon laughed out loud, resound all over the beach. K me. No human being can K a demon. True, but we humans can s, Fuller said. Sealing technique. Equal death seal. Her wings disappeared. Nothing happened. The demon laughed again. I told you, no human can. The demon noticed Fuller put her pulse near her mouth. She cried and looked at Mirai and Doryokugan. I love you too, she said. The cages noticed what she was going to do. The woman bit her pulse. Be a lot. Stupid, if you K yourself, I'll take out your daughter. The demon screamed. Frigg continued hugging her daughter. She will s slowly, Minato said. The demon will K us. Crap. I have not stamina left, they were feeling so useless. Suten. Balder's mistletoe technique. An arrow appeared out of the nowhere and L Fuller on the heart. She had immediate death. The demon started turning into smoke. What is this? He screamed, paining a lot. Am I? S. The demon let Fuller fall and screamed even more. King Susanoo, I did it all for you, it vanished. Frigg looked there, continued shivering. Sorry, Fullerheim. Suren appeared, looking at Princess' falling body. I made it so you didn't have to suffer. Mommy. Mirai ran to her dead mother. She put her hands on her, shacked her a little. Mommy, are you all right? Speak, Mommy. Daddy, Mommy isn't answering, Daddy, Mommy. Mirai continued calling for Fuller, but no answer came to calm her. Doryokugan was crying for seeing his daughter suffering so much. Suren kneeled down at her brother's side and healed him. As soon as he got his strengths back, the Tsukikage got up and ran to Fuller. Mirai continued shacking her. Daddy, Mommy. Doryokugan held Fuller on his arms, crying. I'm so sorry, forgive me, Fuller. He cried. Mirai got even more scared. Fuller-chan, Frigg cried, screaming. Suren healed Minato. The Hokage hugged his lover. When she sensed his arms, she grabbed his clothes, crying even more. She s in place, Fuller-chan, why? She was far a better person than me, why? Minato caressed her head and then looked to Jiraiya. How have you found us? He asked. Jiraiya looked at him. We were on the streets when it started raining. Jiraiya explained. Rain tastes sweet and not salty like this one. Suren concluded it was from her brother and used her Rinnegan to find him, but once he continued moving, we only had the chance to catch you when you stopped. Minato looked down, while Frigg continued crying. My sister, why? Why did she have to s like this? She was a princess, why? Frigg cried. Mirai was also crying, calling for her mother, waiting for her eyes to open. Suren walked to them and checked Fuller. Sorry, she said and looked at her brother. She really was a warrior princess. Mirai looked at her aunt, her life for the others. Only a hero is capable of such things, I'm proud of you. Fuller, Doryokugan got up. Let's make a minute of silence, and pray, so Fuller can enter Valhalla in the hands of Odin's Valkyries and join him in the Great Hall. Minato closed his eyes, such as Jiraiya, Suren and Frigg, who covered her mouth, so none could hear her cry. Akatsuki looked at Mirai and smiled. Close your eyes, sweetie. Pray for mommy. Mirai hugged her father's legs and closed her eyes, crying. Rest in peace, Owlgrim Fuller. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.